This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter.
Yo, what's up? Today we're going to do a 1000 kilometer challenge of the Tesla Model Y long range Juniper. Finally, you guys have requested it. Here it is. And you know, last time I did the 1000 kilometer challenge with the Model Y, that was pre-Juniper. It was actually 4 years ago, and I did it in 9 hours and 45 minutes. It was warmer back then, but since then, the drag coefficient has gone down. It has been better in the aerodynamics. So instead of 0.23, it's now 0.22. So it means that we have better efficiency. But the battery is still 82 kilowatt hour. And you guys know Tesla, they still use the same LG battery. It kind of sucks versus the Panasonic battery. So we get 250 kilowatt-ish for, I don't know, as long as you can hold your breath, more or less. So yeah, but I mean, here it is at least. We're gonna test it now. We need to retest the Model Y. Yeah, it's the best seller in Norway and also quite good selling in Europe. But let's show you something pervert. Okay, I will install over there the commander, sexy button, right? But we actually don't have any sexy button. Because did you know that the most selling sexy item is this? It's the sexy knob. It can do lots of cool stuff. And it has a screen. You can customize it almost as much as you like it. For example, this is actually default. Look. Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm actually not used to the knob. Look, you can move the passenger seat. You can also set memory and recall it. You can have easy entry. You can change HVAC settings, and you do lots of stuff here. Start manual preheating. Well, not only that, this is the pervert part. We have sexy stock installed plus the Juniper blinker stock. It actually works. You see here, we have configured everything. This is a sexy app. We see that we have, we have 99%. Uh-oh. Okay, probably doesn't matter. Yeah, I should start with 100%. But the battery is nice and warm and everything has been connected. We can see lots of stats here. You don't need to use that ScanMyTesla. You can actually use the sexy app. And also if you tilt it the other way around, it will work as a dashboard. And actually at night, you can even put it here and it will work as a night vision, what's it called? Head-up display, poor man's head-up display. So there's so much stuff you can do here, but okay, this is all about 1000 kilometer challenge. So I navigate now to Hoxtorp. The car estimates 38% over there. Really? Okay, we'll see. Just gonna do the challenge now. It's almost midnight, so we better get ready and go. But can I top up? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Tesla will probably just refuse to charge now, 99%. Yeah, I tried to plug in again. It will not charge. This is unfortunate. We cannot top up, but we are missing maybe, well, up to 700 watt hours. So, well, it's probably not going to make any difference, but okay, let's get ready to go. Okay, before we leave, I'm kind of late anyway, but look here. I configure this. Press and hold to turn on and off interior lights. It also works when you're driving, because this is not the native stock. If you do this with a native Tesla stock, it will actually, when you're driving, you will enable the emergency braking if you're driving. But here, you can actually do this also while driving because we configure it. So anyway, pretty awesome. And of course, if you want to buy these sexy products, you can use my discount link and just go in the description and check it out. I highly recommend it. It makes Tesla so much better. We are getting close to Göteborg. This is simply amazing. We managed to skip Spekkerud. We have done 314 kilometers so far. It's crazy, man. Over 2.5 hour driving and we're still not done yet. We are 11% left. So I'm actually going to stop at a Circle K charger, and it's a truck charger, so it should deliver 600 amp, which is close to what the V3, V4 supercharger can deliver. So that's the best deal right now. There's no other better option. But I see that the battery temperature is at 33.5 to 34. So we need to preheat. And then since I didn't navigate to a charger over here, then the car doesn't preheat for you, right? But no problem, because with the sexy whatever enhanced app or whatever you call it, you can just click here, we configure it, and now it's going to preheat the battery manually. By default in Tesla, you cannot manually preheat the battery. You must navigate to some charger, and then it will preheat for you. We are now at Moldal, getting, oh, look at this, 224 kilowatt. That is approved indeed. Yeah, the charger actually shows 227. That would be before the losses and cooling. Wow. I went to the restroom, came back, and yeah, this is nice, man. We can see all the stats here, but we're already down to 136 kilowatt, but that was only, wait, where do you see time here? Well, okay, you can see, if we go here, yeah, almost 10-minute charging. I calculated we need 40% roughly. No, 50%, so a little bit more. But yeah, this is the first time I stop here. We have a Circle K. I think it's open 24/7, which is great. And we are now in Moldal. So the E6 main road is right over there, so it's a quite quick detour. And they have 400 kilowatt chargers. First I thought it was some truck chargers. I actually lost around 1 minute before I came back here. It's like, okay, these are the regular ones, but they're great. So these are actually good for most cars. Yeah, you get almost full speed at them. Next stop is going to be V4 supercharger at Melhusstrand. The car estimates 4%, roughly on par with what I estimate. So yeah, let's go. But now it's charging kind of slow, only 93 kilowatt. And that was 17-minute stop. We are now on a concrete surface around Falkenberg, and as you guys know, here it is quite loud. And then how is Juniper? Because one of the improvement points on Juniper is soundproofing. And we have even 20-inch wheels right now. If you want the best soundproofing, you want to go for 19-inch wheels, you know, against rough surfaces. Okay, you can hear the noise, but I'd say it's actually acceptable. It's not as loud as the earlier Model 3s, for example. But if you move over to the left lane, it's smoother here. Then it's better. But you can see on the wind turbines, we even have headwind, and we are hammering it in an 120 zone. So if I go back now to the rough part, well, I think for the best noise, if you go for 19-inch, we have a really good soundproofing here. I claim this is better than a pre-Juniper. So I need to eventually measure this in my regular stretch near Jessheim. But I mean, it's crazy to think that this car might match soundproofing or sound levels on cars that are twice as expensive. Like the Polestar 3 I tested recently costs roughly 2 times more, and it has roughly the same sound levels. Wow, that is amazing. Yeah. Elon Musk for president. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm kidding. Please don't unsubscribe me, okay? I'm not into politics. Just like to trigger people. Like people that is a kilowatt hour per hour, or they misspell your, or they mix apostrophe in plural, or okay, whatever. Okay. But now I'm just gonna enjoy the nice ride. Yeah, because another thing they improved with the Juniper is the ride quality, or I mean the ride comfort rather. Because the previous versions, they were more stable on the road at high speed, but it was a bit harsher. Here they soften up the suspension, but it might not be that great on high speed. But I mean, people who buy these cars are not going to go on the Autobahn at 200 kilometers per stunden, right? So it fits more of the potential buyers. So I think it's a good choice. It seems raining, and I noticed that there's a new weather feature here. If you click here, it will actually animate the weather. I wonder if this is based on weather radar, which is within a narrow time span, just plus minus 1 hour, but it's highly accurate. I've seen many other cars, they have weather data, but it's more like just static data. But here it's actually animated, which is super useful. Based on this, I see that the rain here will last only for a short time before it stops. Cool, man. Tesla tech, huh? Alien technology. We are now at Melbystrand V4 supercharger. I plug in and it handshakes immediately and starts charging after just seconds. Oh yeah, wait, are we not getting 250 kilowatt? I mean, Tesla, they have awesome efficiency, awesome software, an awesome leader, but not so awesome charging curve. Okay, I'm just kidding about the leader, okay? Let's not be too political here. But yeah, I mean, it's still good enough. Yeah. Wow, the sun is about to rise. It's slightly past 4 at night, or I don't know, morning. We're getting close to midsummer in Sweden. So even far south-ish, right? For the Nordic countries, it's even that bright. You can imagine how bright it is in the north right now. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go there because of family, but yeah, here we have it. Nothing to do here because everything is closed at night. So, wow, I just noticed there's a, priority charging, what? For wheelchair owners, old people, pregnant, and well, children. Well, I almost go under that category, right? We are now at Varberg, and as always, I will show you that we will never get that mysterious 250 kilowatt charging, even though we arrive at 5%. It just hovers at 230, unless you get the Panasonic battery, but I don't think you can get it. Oh no, you can get it if you get a Fremont car, but you basically need to order it and get it delivered in US. But this is Windows XP 7, I can show you here, which means it's from Berlin. Yeah, and also the Shanghai cars, they have the LG batteries, so they don't charge that fast, unfortunately, but the car is efficient, so that's what matters, right? So let's see if I do this. This is so smooth that we are in a car with good, snappy infotainment and good design on everything. Tanum, we're gonna go here, Hogstorp. And then I will actually show you -% here, so you know roughly what you are dealing with. Wait, it is, okay, needs to calculate it. But yeah, it's already down to 220 kilowatt now. Well. Oh man, we still have okay average charging, average travel speed. Many people, they're like, how is it possible with a Tesla that charges so slow? Well, it's mainly because of efficiency, that you can drive quite far on the first leg, and then okay, it doesn't charge that fast, but you don't have to charge more than around 45-50% every time. And then, yeah, we'll see now. It should be faster in 10 hours, but how much faster? We'll find out. So not much to do here. Well, actually, we have all the chargers here. We're not using it. So I might have a time to go on a quick run to Circle K before I come back. Look at this, we have the supercharger, and then it shows me here which stall is out of order, huh? Tesla alien technology. And just like every time, we see 220-ish kilowatts, right? And then that's it. Okay, actually, yeah, okay, whatever. It's good enough, okay. This is second to last charging stop. You're gonna stop one more time at, show you guys how snappy this is. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, zoom in. Here, Grålum. Yeah, go. And then, yeah, we just sit and wait here. Well, I need to eat now. I almost haven't had time to eat because the charges so fast. You know, very often when I do 1,000 kilometer challenge, I end up at home with bad stomach. Is it because of the double sausage penetration? I'm not sure. I had to, because of the circumstances, I had to bring battery energy drink. I try to avoid that. Most of the time I can avoid it, but today I had to go for it. But I'm just going to try to eliminate some variables. So I have some homemade spaghetti here. I'm going to eat it and avoid on the road kill food, right? And let me see if I still get bad stomach. And then also, we have fruit here, yeah. Nice. But I only have run 5 to 10 minute food break here. And I even brought my own food. Don't even try to order a burger. By the time the burger is finished, then you're already 50%, you should go. That's how Tesla is, at least. I forgot to mention, here I have the Joa window shade. Yeah, but I only used it for the roof. I was on the family trip earlier today, or actually yesterday, and it works for blocking the sunlight, but it could also help for insulating, even though it's not that cold. 12 to 16 degrees Celsius on this run. Nice and warm, huh? This is it, last charging stop at Inspiria. We have plenty of superchargers here. And then, boom! Yeah, we had 220 for a little bit. Again, never saw 250. It's a myth. Yeah, we arrived at 8%. But whatever. I calculated we need 40%. I'm gonna spend 36% on the battery. That means less than 10. Well, the car says, huh? Yeah, 9 minutes left. Yeah, I think that sounds about right, man. So the charging stops in the past now, lately towards the end, has been only around 10, 12 minutes. That's it. So, and then you can drive 120 to 130, 40 kilometers when you need a charge, huh? Okay, almost done now. Man, it is 17 degrees outside, wow. So that is good, of course, that it's nice and warm, but mind you that we have roughly 40% of the route here has been wet. So that means that the consumption is not optimally low as it could be. All right, the final run. So the way we count is that we take the current time plus 5 minutes. That is the 1,000 kilometer time. And then distance here, the car under-reports by 0.6%, which means that we have to count to 994. We have no deductions, nothing, so that's it. Now we just have to drive the final route. Yeah, all over to Yes Home. My only concern is that it might rain. Well, actually, we can see it. I forgot. We can do this. Alien technology. Oh, look at that. Oh, shit. But that will be in several hours. So, yeah, we might not be delayed much at all. We'll see. Because when it rains semi-heavy, then the Norwegians tend to slowpoke in the left lane when they overtake. Well, let's do the countdown, a bit late. 9993. 9994. 995. No, it's 5. Hey, skip 5. 996. 997. 999. What? 1,000. Consumption 217.6. Time 921 plus 5, it's 926. What? No, 27 now. 9:25 rounded down to, huh? It was a 20-minute improvement over before. Whoa. What the heck happened there? Let's go home and find out. Dude, I was going to check the scale over there, but then I noticed that here we have a completely empty parking lot. And then suddenly there are 2 cars parked next to each other. What happened to the urinal rule? Okay, let's go check the weight. Okay, let's check the weight here. Minnesund scale is kaput anyway, CA. Front axle, 1,040 kilograms, okay. The whole car. Oh, 2120. It has gained 60 kilograms. What? Why? Maybe more soundproofing? Ambient light? I mean, they shaved off one stock. Ventilated seats, better soundproofing, better stereo system, extra speakers. Yeah, that's it. Okay, whatever. Let's stop digging around. Let's go home. We're back home. So why was this Model Y suddenly so much faster than before? Because the consumption was actually higher than before. It was wet outside, right? And the temperature was slightly lower than the previous run. Well, I think there are 2 reasons. First of all, we have more supercharger available now. And that means I can nail the charging stops better, you know? We don't have to take not so optimal stops, and we don't have to charge to 65% just to reach the next charger or something like that. So getting perfect charging session, of course, helps. But also, when I look at the charging curve we had today versus charging curve earlier in 2021, that was a long time ago. Today we had flatter curve, but I've been recording different charging sessions on the LG battery, and I was assuming that there was no difference because every time I didn't see that much difference. But I see now that the Highland did it in 920, and it was even colder back then. But of course, Highland is Model S, and I wonder if that had the upgraded curve or not. But it was a 2024, so I'm not sure. But at least Juniper here seems to have a slightly better curve. But still, okay, we didn't hit 250 kilowatt, but it doesn't matter as long as you can actually maintain 200 plus kilowatt until, average speed, right, until 40-ish%. But there are more than that, because I forgot to tell you guys, or show you guys, because I was busy with the 1,000 kilometer challenge. But I showed you before that Tesla handshakes really fast. You plug it in, by the time I get over here, it's going to enter the car, then it starts charging already. But then many cars I test nowadays, especially on 800 volt chargers like Ioniq users and also the Elbilmek, they need to do lots of sanity checks, isolation checks. And then like some cars like Fat e-tron or maybe other cars, they are quite slow to respond. So I also noticed that when I use something that can charge in 400 volt versus 800 volt, or like MEB cars, that on 800 volt chargers, it takes a while for a handshake. But on supercharger, the same car, non-Tesla, like let's say Ford Explorer, starts charging faster because Tesla is quicker to respond to the handshake. That also helps. If you have 5 charging stops and you shave off 1-2 minutes there and here, it helps. But the charging curve also a little bit there. But another thing I noticed with Tesla is that it ramps up to the maximum speed really quick. Suddenly it is at maximum speed, right? 220, 30 kilowatt, okay? But other cars tend to ramp up slow. It could take actually a minute or 2 before it hits the maximum speed. And that actually helps for Tesla's sake. So that's the explanation I have, because I'm super consistent when it comes to driving the same route that I've done probably way over 100 times now. But also Tesla did improve. They claim there's a 10% improvement over the efficiency here. And then the drag coefficient is one part. I don't know what else they did. But yeah, at least today we couldn't prove that it was better. But hopefully tomorrow we're going to do a Sunday drive and we can see how efficient this beast from the east is. Well, actually, it's from Germany. Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's why it's German made. That's why it's so good. Yeah. Well, at least we try now. And we see that this Highland, even though it doesn't have the most modern charging curve, it actually has some updated curve. And because it's so efficient, you can drive pretty far. You don't have to stretch like I did. No 12-minute charging. You can charge 20 minutes maybe to 70%, right? And then you can drive 200, 250 kilometers between each charge, no problemo. And the comfort is great, soundproofing is great, stereo has been improved. I feel like it's good, it goes deep. I understand why this is a bestseller in Norway. It is a damn good car. And remember, it was made by Tesla, not Elon Musk. Remember that. Yeah, don't forget it. Okay. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.